Mike Bohn here in Norfolk with Felicia Spencer, who meets Zara Farin Saturday night in a huge women's featherweight fight. Felicia, obviously, first fight since last summer when you fought Cyborg and everything. Just give us an update what you've been doing since then. Is this really the first fight offer you've gotten?
I did kind of intentionally take a little bit of a couple months off, just to kind of recoup. I had 2 fight camps in a row, so I definitely wanted to take a little break. But yeah, I'm really excited about fighting Zara. I think that she's an opponent that will bring the best out of me. I think people are underestimating her a little bit, but I definitely intend to still come out on top and put on a performance.
Yeah, going back to the fight with Chris, what did you just learn from that? Obviously, you gave her hell for 3 rounds, so what did you really take away from that?
It definitely sucks to lose, but I feel like I draw a lot of just personal motivation and a lot of drive from not executing what I wanted to do in the moments that I should have. So it's definitely been, I think, shown in the gym right now. Like, things are a little bit more intense when I'm in camp. Like, I had a great camp, like I always do, but I feel like I was a little extra violent in this one, a little extra ready to win in an exciting way. So
yeah, that's great. I mean, in hindsight, do you think you'll look back at that loss as a big turning point in your career and something that really helped you evolve and change?
For sure. I mean, she's a legend, so whether I had beaten her on that night or what turned out, no matter what, the experience getting to be in the octagon with her was still, something I'll cherish. And I think it'll always be something I can draw from.
Sure. So when you got this offer and just the way this card came together, I mean, there's another women's featherweight fight on this card as well. What was just your impression originally? Like, for me, it kind of looks like a 4-person tournament to determine who's going to fight Amanda Nunes next if she really wants to defend that belt. Is that the way you're looking at it?
It seems that way. I mean, no one at the UFC's mentioned anything like that, but I think it's a really cool way to promote the division. It makes the card a little bit exciting. It's something a little bit unusual. Just the fact that there are 2 fights, like you said, in the featherweight division that are on it, and that's never happened before, and it's kind of a building division. It shows that they're really putting their their best foot forward with trying to promote it and make it a little bit more exciting. So I feel like whoever shows up and looks the best on Saturday will probably get that offer.
Very interesting. And obviously you mentioned a little bit on the matchup. Do you think people are underestimating her just because of almost an MMA math thing? Like, you beat Megan beat her, and that's just the way they're looking at it, especially the way the fight's unfolded with submissions?
Right. I feel like that's exactly what people are thinking. I beat Megan with submission, Megan beat her with submission, therefore I beat Zara. But things don't work that way. No. People who are, who are into this sport really know that it doesn't work out like that. And I have a lot of respect for Zara, even on the ground, standing on the ground. I know that I think she's a purple belt. I'm not 100% sure, but, I know that means that she's put in a lot of work and that she can definitely have good moments, and I know, if we're looking at belts, like I don't like to do that, especially in an MMA fight, because everyone can have take a risk and it not pay off, or maybe it will pay off, so.
Having seen that flaw on the ground, though, or the way she lost that fight, I assume some part of your strategy is to at least test that and see if she's improved there, though, right?
Well, a lot of my finishes have come on the ground, or pretty much all of them have come on the ground, so it's not like a new strategy for me. It's just something that usually ends up happening in a fight. But I'm actually really excited to stand up and see how things go on her feet, too.
Very interesting. So you kind of mentioned you feel like it's going to be the best performer on Saturday. What do you have to do in order to stand out there? Is that, an early finish, a fight of the night type of thing? What, in your mind, could secure that title shot?
Just like I intend, I'm going to do a first-round finish. I'm not going to rush it, so it's not like they were going to set a timer and, go, whoever finishes first gets the title shot. It's going to be the performance as a whole, and I think Zara has a lot of skills that she hasn't had a chance to show yet. So, having an opponent that with that kind of a skill set, I think will make it exciting. No one really wants to see someone just go in and ragdoll someone. It's like, oh, cool, like, you should have beat her. So I feel like people aren't giving her enough credit that, that it could be a very exciting fight, but I'm going to put my best foot forward and take her out in the first round.
For sure. And a fight with Amanda, I mean, obviously she's been on a huge roll, 2 weight classes and everything, but I think there was some criticism following her last fight just because, Jermaine did give her a tough one for 5 rounds. Did you see maybe more flaws in her game coming out of that fight that maybe we had seen prior?
Well, it was a longer fight, so, definitely things. Every time someone fights, you can draw more and more from their performance. I always, try not to make it seem, in my head that that's all that they're capable of doing. So I know everyone's capable of doing better than they show. Just from my own experience, I've maybe never had a performance like I have had in the gym, it's like, but definitely some interesting things. It was a very interesting fight to watch, to see what Amanda did, what Jermaine did, and how it turned out. So.
And of course, probably a better question for after the fight, but it seems like she's wanting to defend her title sooner than later. We know there's a big card coming up in May in Brazil. Is that something that you've thought about at all? Maybe if they asked you if you do impress, maybe get on that card?
I actually didn't know that there was a card in Brazil in May, so I haven't really looked ahead at all. It's been 100% focused on this one, but I mean, obviously, it's crossed my mind that Amanda could be next. I know she has a lot of pull, and see what she wants to do, and the timing. I'll have to kind of think about that after Saturday.
Fair to say you feel ready for it, though.
Right. Yeah, I feel like I'm ready to jump into a big fight again.
I'm from Canada, so we need another Canadian champion.
Yeah, that sounds good. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, looking forward. All starts on Saturday. Very much appreciate the time, Felicia. Good to see you back.
No problem. Thank you for having me.